Hello there. Hey, how about a Captain Marvel story? Here from Cosmic Book News. Captain Marvel MCU future in doubt. Well, that may be a little strong, but there do seem to be some cracks and some trouble, yes. Avengers cast. Unhappy. Yeah, this is something I kind of wondered if this was going to be a problem. So, this from, once again, Matt McCloin, because I guess that Cosmic Book News is Matt McCloin. It suggests that the rumor is that there's people in the cast unhappy with all this emphasis on Captain Marvel going forward with the MCU. And they're saying most notably that Elizabeth Olsen's a bit upset about this because her character is being shoved aside. And that's true, it is. Why isn't she being pumped up to carry on with the MCU as the other main Avengers are retired from this franchise? And then Brie Larson is just sort of tacked on, which she is. She wasn't weaved through the story like other characters have been. You know, they keep comparing Captain Marvel to Black Panther. Well, Black Panther was weaved through Captain America, then is Black Panther's own movie, and then he comes in Infinity War. And it all fits in and works out well. All the other characters were weaved through in their own ways as well. And just all of a sudden at their big moment, the big payoff with Endgame, and suddenly Captain Marvel is going to be this pivotal role in it and be the leader, the new captain of the MCU going forward. And you didn't build her up or anything. You're just sort of slapping her on in there. And that'll work. You'll show up. This attitude of taking your audience for granted is very dangerous. Talk to Star Wars about that. Not a good idea. So apparently the rumor is from on top, as high as Disney CEO Bob Iger. Yeah. So remember when Bob Iger was apparently intoxicated and went on Twitter and talked about building a Captain Marvel theme park? I say intoxicated because that's my only possible explanation as to why he would do that. But apparently that attitude is a long time ago. So, yeah, the Avengers not so happy with this. There are rumors also that the Avengers Endgame has had some reshoots where scenes that involved Captain Marvel were redone and the lines replaced with Captain America and Black Widow doing them instead of her, and to kind of minimize her presence in the film based on how bad the Captain Marvel movie might do. And based on all the negativity about it, it's a good bet that there's going to be some problems. So it has a quote here. It's claimed that the release of the Captain Marvel movie this weekend will prove the Avengers cast members correct. The quote, Brie Larson is not the right fit for this character, for this franchise, and that she is going to be found out when the movie is released. Well, who said that? So it's a bit of a problematic here. Well, yeah, that's a big problem if that's the case. And some of the reviews I'm reading, it's all pretty much borne out with what we saw in the trailers, that she's not all that. So here we get with from Film Gob on YouTube, offers that Marvel is worried and that Iger is unhappy with Kevin Feige. Now, this is interesting because a lot of the stuff was Kevin Feige. They thought his hand was forced into doing this, and to the nature of how this is done and how Captain Marvel has been added to the overall MCU narrative does come across as quite the slap job that she's just tacked on here for the purposes of speaking to Time's Up and feminism and all that, and that it just all came in, and that this wasn't exactly the initial plan that somebody like Feige had, but now he's got to go out there and promote it and all that sort of thing. And so wouldn't Iger understand that it wasn't completely his doing, and who's really pushing him to do it? If it was ultimately up to him, would he have done it? Would he have done it this way? And so on and so forth. And that you rah about feminism and all that without really promoting your adventure movie. And if that's all you got, it's a clear sign that it's lacking. So, I don't know, but it's just saying, well, Iger's just going to blame Feige. And after 10 years of this phenomenal success, to axe Feige over a failed Captain Marvel movie, I don't think it would go that far. I mean, you're not going to fire Kathleen Kennedy, but you'll dump Feige. I don't think he's in danger of being fired just yet. But this is the sort of thing of the attitude of, oh, come on, you guys are belly aching over this, and you're gonna go see the movie. We'll put it up there. If we put Marvel on the label, you'll lap it up. Yeah. Taking your audience for granted is very, very dangerous. And just talk to Star Wars about that. So you can imagine that. Star Wars, as big as that was, has been brought so low. And and you just can't ignore these lessons like that, and yet they continue to do so in Hollywood. So don't take your audience for granted. It will bite you in the ass. But again, as the situation is, it is just one movie. How significant is Captain Marvel if it fails? Probably not much, but this constant attitude of doing press tours and promos and pushing out shill articles and whatnot to condemn people as alt-right Nazis or whatever the hell you're supposed to be if you don't watch their movies is such a terrible way to salvage your franchise. It will do the exact opposite. And you just have to deal with, well, this is not a good idea for a movie, and you need to address that and learn from it and go back to making good movies. And also weave your characters within your overall shared universe narrative better than that. So, yeah, I just don't see what he saw here that we've got to make this movie around Brie. Yeah, Brie's the future of Marvel. Yeah, I don't know, Kevin. I just don't see it. No, sure don't. So, but yeah, Scarlet Witch it's understandable. The character has been weaved through the movies, has been built up and given a story, and kind of fast paced in some areas. It's not as bad as the Black Widow and Hulk romance, but they kind of just sort of sped up the romance between her and the Vision when you didn't get to see it develop or anything. And even though as the comic book fan, they got married and all this sort of stuff in the comics and all that. So you knew it was coming, but still not enough time spent to it. And it would have been nice if there had been another movie to explore that a little better. And maybe they'll follow that in the TV series. But that's the thing. Her character gets a 6 to 8 episode, maybe, I guess, TV series for the D+ streaming service. Whereas Brie, somewhere in here, that says where was that? That she has a 7-picture deal with Marvel. I mean, is that true? 7 pictures. So I guess, you can count Captain Marvel, of course, and Endgame as 2. That leaves 5 more movies, which I guess two of which would be 2 more Captain Marvel movies and maybe 2 more Avengers movies or something like that. Or maybe she'll be in one of the other cosmic movies, something like that. They can have her to do more or less cameos, scenes and stuff. I don't know, but 7 years for an unproven thing. I don't care if she won an Oscar. She didn't win an Oscar for action or superhero movies. None of that proves that she's got this ability to carry that. So you got to do the movie first and see how it works out. But that's strange. So yeah, if Elizabeth really is upset, she's got reason to be. She sure does. Well, so there you go. That's a little interesting tidbit about Captain Marvel not getting along with the other Avengers. No, this new kid comes in and thinks she just owns the place. You gotta earn it, Captain Marvel. You gotta earn it. So anyway, there you go. I'll link this article down below, along with the other links to my mini stores and my podcast and so forth. That have plenty of goodies for you. Yes, you. So anyway, yeah, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.